But guys, Evan Mobley is the newest max player in the NBA. He agreed to the rookie max extension. It is a 5-year deal worth $224 million at minimum. Depending on certain incentives, could be worth up to $269 million. Jason and I both agreed yesterday, just by him signing the contract to stay in Cleveland, it is a win for the organization. Tyvis, what was your first thought on Evan Mobley signing the 5-year rookie max extension with the Cavs?
Selfish.
Here we go.
No, I mean, I knew it was something that was going to happen all the time. I thought it was the right move. I know a lot of people they got mixed emotions about Evan Mobley, but I do believe that, under with Kenny Atkinson coming in, and if his plans materializes for Evan and he advances his game, he can be one of the best, in this game. So I have no problem with that move at all.
So Jason and I talked about the financial side of the deal for the Cavs, but Jason, you said you spent some time last night looking at the cap sheet for future years for the Cavs and how this Mobley extension could impact what Cleveland does with the rest of its roster alongside Mobley, Darius, and Donovan, because those three next season, when the extensions kick in, just those three alone, will cost the Cavs $125 million. It's a pretty expensive trio, but that's the way today's day and age of the NBA. Jason, what'd you find?
So it's not so much this year, it's next year that I don't know how they're going to avoid being a second apron team. As if you're going to believe that they're going to keep this team together as is constructed, I don't want to get I don't want to get too lost in the weeds with all the numbers, but basically with the way that the CBA is structured, it's not going to rise by more than 10%. It's been about 3.5% on average the last couple of years. So next year the cap line would be, the tax line would be $144 million, and the second apron would be $194 million to at most $208 million. So at the absolute highest it can be next year, the second apron would be $208 million. And right now they've got about $183 million committed to 9 players.
This is for 2025, 2026.
25, 26.
Which is when, just to clarify again, the Mobley extension kicks in.
Right.
And the Mitchell extension kicks
right.
in. So both of those by itself up the overall salary floor for the Cavaliers.
So I don't know. And there was about 4 teams last year that were second apron teams. And the whole point about being a second apron team is it just limits a lot of what you can do in terms of building, not so much retaining your own players, but building out rosters. So you're trying like heck to avoid the second apron. That's why Jalen Brunson took the deal that he did. And I just don't see how the Cavs are going to avoid it. And so it's just fascinating to me to see this new world of roster building in the NBA under this new CBA and how things are going to go. They're certainly heading right for the second apron next year. And then if you want to dial that back and look at something like we were talking earlier this summer about like a Brandon Ingram trade. Well, a Brandon Ingram trade blows them right through the roof of the second.
Yeah, that's off the table, essentially.
So, I mean, you can do it, but you are for sure a second apron team. And the second apron teams this year, I'm trying to do this off memory, were Boston, Denver, the Clippers, and Phoenix. I think we're the only 4. Now, Boston and Denver are championship ready. I don't know if the Clippers and Phoenix, you would say, are championship teams.
And the Clippers let Paul George go because they didn't want to be a second apron team again.
Right.
And that they said that multiple times
right.
in their Notes app release of why they did not agree to contract.
And Phoenix very well is going to have, their owner can bluster all he wants, but the reality is they may have to do something with those guys for the exact same reason. Like if you're in the Boston-Denver conversation, okay, you can live with being a second apron team. You don't want to be the Clippers and Suns and being a second apron team.
Yeah.
And so then the question becomes, and again, we're talking a year out from now, but this is coming. Which one is the Cavs? Are they in the Boston-Denver category? Or are they in the LA Phoenix category?
And that was the question I wanted to ask you, Tyvis. You now have your 3 pillars. We call it the core 4, but your 3 pillars for sure locked up for the next 3 years in Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, and Darius Garland. And once again, those 3 alone in 25-26 are going to cost you $125 million. Jason, what did you say the projected cap line next year is for just the first million? But that's the second apron. Oh. You're talking just the
next year. Anywhere from 144 to 154 million
So
is the
just the
cap.
first tax. Exactly. So
Is the cap.
those three guys have you essentially at the luxury
You
tax.
said they 120,
threshold.
right?
The second floor apron will be anywhere from 194 million to 208 million.
So they're already up there. So, Tyvis, it's how this works in the NBA. Darius got his rookie max extension.
Yeah.
Evan got his rookie max extension. Donovan signed his well-deserved max extension. When you look at that trio, it's an expensive trio, but is it the right trio to push all your chips in on?
I tell you what, it doesn't look great. At their peaks, I can see them being very effective. I can see them, making a lot of noise. It always comes back down to Evan, though, and that's the part that gets me. I mean, obviously, Darius had a terrible year last year, but even if Darius gets back to being Darius, and him and Donovan figure it out, and Evan takes that next step, then yeah, I mean, you can make a nice championship push with those three guys because you got three guys that brings three different skill sets that are very effective in the NBA. But if they're going to be how they are now, then you just blew whatever that money was. You just kind of just threw it in the air.
Yeah, we didn't talk about this in particular yesterday, Jason, but the more I thought about it, if Evan makes that jump to being their best player, that slides Donovan to your 1B. It's really 1A, 1B. It's not good. He's not a 2. He's a 1B.
I think he's a 2, actually. I do think
But,
he's a 2. On a championship
yeah.
team, I think he's a 2. But regardless.
1A, 1B,
Yeah,
whatever, 2. I think Darius can be the third best player on a championship.
Oh, 100%.
I'm not sure Darius can be the second best player. I know he can't be the first best player. At least as currently constructed, he takes a massive jump. That could change. But if you get Evan to the level of Donovan and or above, then yeah, that core can win a championship.
Let me ask you.
It's just a big if. It's a giant if.
Yeah.
It's a 7-foot unicorn size
When
if.
you say you don't see Donovan being a number 1 on a championship team, do you feel that same way about Brunson?
Yeah.
Okay, I just
Yeah.
wanted to have that on record.
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like when I look at them two play, they kind of remind me of the same.
Oh, they're very similar.
So that's why I was like, I wonder if so New York is in trouble.
It also, I mean, I wouldn't pick the Knicks to win a championship.
Okay.
I think they're a really good team,
Okay.
but I wouldn't pick them to win a championship. Come on, New York. I said it. There's still a lot of Knicks fans that watch this show, I think.
Well, I mean, there is the track record of undersized guards being the best player on a championship team. It's few and far between. You have to be like legitimately historically special, not just good in this era of the NBA, whatever era you're historically. We're talking Steph. We're talking Isaiah Thomas. Like that's really it.
So going off of that logic.
And those are Hall of Fame.
So going off that logic.
Generational talents.
We just wasted $120 million.
Not
No.
necessarily.
No.
Not necessarily.
No.
But not all the way.
Well,
no.
I mean, listen, Evan's got a lot to live up to. But also, where these salaries are headed, we talked about on the podcast yesterday. I think fans need to throw out the term max extension and what they think what that deems and the players worthy of that. If Franz Wagner gets a max, anybody's eligible for a max. Like, that's not a max player.
When you get a max, forget the money. How many years is a max?
5.
Five.
A true max?
You can sign a 4-year max or a 5-year max.
Okay,
the true max is 5 years.
So Darius, Donovan, and Evan.
well,
Did they all
hold
sign
on,
5?
there's different. There's a rookie max extension, then there's a super max extension, which is different. So now you're fishing different waters.
That's
but
cool. How many years on all 3?
Darius and Evan signed true rookie max extensions.
So they both 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when this is all done, so Darius got 4, Evan got 5. How many does Donovan got?
Well, Donovan added 2 to his current 1, so he's under control for 3 more years.
So we got 3, 4, 5 of control.
Well, yeah, I mean, Evan's actually 6
Yeah,
because
his contract
they're
doesn't kick in until
kinda-
next year.
he's still
Okay.
so he still has 1. So
3,
Evan, you've
4,
got
6.
6.
3, 4, 6. Okay.
Well, if you guys want more on the Mobley extension, go check out the Ultimate Cavs show from yesterday. We talked about 25 minutes on the Mobley extension, what it means, the financial impact. Can he live up to those expectations? And how
Jason was
Kenny
there?
Atkinson, it was me and Jason yesterday.
I was there.
How Kenny Atkinson can try and unlock Mobley to help him live up to that price tag that he is now attached to. But we're going to pivot